So, what would the outcome be if we implemented workplace democracy in Britain? If we had the vast majority of our economic institutions, our companies, businesses, etc., if we had, and our public companies as well, if we democratised them and gave workers voting rights based on the principle of one worker, one vote, and allowed working people to elect management and control companies through assemblies and worker committees, what would the likely outcome be if this was implemented? Well, in my view, the most obvious immediate benefit would be job satisfaction, because now you're participating in the decision-making processes of the workplace. So worker alienation is significantly diminished, because the principal cause of worker alienation is having no control, no democratic control over your working life, taking orders from above, having no democratic say, or very little, over the conditions of your employment, over the execution of your tasks, over the production, planning and procedures, etc. No autonomy. You're simply a cog in a machine who takes orders from above, similar in a way to slavery, because you would now be given the opportunity to elect management and to participate democratically in all the conditions of the workplace. It would remove or vastly reduce worker alienation. And furthermore, the products that you have produced would be owned by you, because you would be, by law now, a part owner of the company. So any products or services produced by you are in fact, in effect, owned by you. You're not stuck on an assembly line producing products for a distant owner. You are an owner. You part own that company. You own shares in that company. And another benefit, aside from reducing worker alienation and improving job satisfaction, would be that companies would be more efficient and more productive, because the democratization process would get a better flow of information and would improve cooperation and would improve the flow of ideas, because you would be having regular meetings and people's ideas and beliefs would enter into the company in a much better way, a much better democratic way than they do currently. And in fact, this has actually been studied. So there was a report done in the 1990s where they meta-analysed multiple reports into productivity and efficiency, essentially, in workplace managed, worker managed firms. And they found that it was small, but there was a productive increase in these types of workplaces, and that makes sense. And all these types of workplaces would not have been perfect bastions of workplace democracy that we should strive for. Another obvious outcome that implementing workplace democracy would produce would be that it would massively decrease pay ratios. So in Britain and America, you can have these ridiculous pay ratios whereby, because we don't have legislation to stop it like parts of Europe do, where we have sometimes CEOs and chief executives, etc., earning hundreds of times more than the lowest paid worker. That is disgrace. And I'm going to go into another reason why remuneration in a capitalist system is completely ridiculous and completely detached from the actual value the actual social utility that jobs have. But ultimately, it is a fact that in our systems, it currently produces these ridiculous pay ratios where people on the shop floor are earning literally hundreds of times less than the people at the top. That is a complete disgrace. And in worker-owned companies, it is a fact that pay ratios are much, much closer. Maybe maximum 1 to 9, 1 to 10. I think on average it's something like 1 to 5. The CEO versus the lowest paid worker. So it's much more fairer in terms of the way it produces pay differences. And the obvious reason is because as a worker owner with voting rights, you can vote on how the workers are paid. And of course, with the ability to influence your salary and benefits, etc., the incentives would be much higher. If you like my videos and you want to hear more about socialism, radical anti-capitalism, and critical analysis of current events, please like, comment and subscribe. It helps to grow my channel. Thank you.